Hi YouTube, and thank you for clicking on this video. So this is a kind of second part video to the first one that I made, which was called The Truth About St. Ives Apricot Scrub. And today I'm going to be talking about the truth about Cetaphil Gentle Daily Cleanser. So if you're interested in seeing what is good with this product, then keep watching. Okay, so I have this little bottle right here. This is the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. I have this little one because I will not be purchasing a full-size one, and I will talk about that. So just starting off, so it is Gentle Skin Cleanser, face and body, all skin types, and it says mild, non-irritating formula, softens as it cleanses, and then it just says the makers of Cetaphil do not manufacture store brands. Okay, I see you, cover yourself. It says, this gentle soap-free cleanser was formulated for everyday cleansing of even the most sensitive skin, non-comedogenic, fragrance-free, and dermatologist recommended. Dermatologist recommended. So let's start with talking about that. So I have a lot of clients who use Cetaphil. A lot of people swear by it. They say it's gentle, it's sensitive, it doesn't irritate my skin. That's why I use it. So I'm going to first cover this whole dermatologist recommended thing. Now, the thing about dermatologists is they are doctors, obviously. But what do doctors do? They write prescriptions. So they're writing prescriptions for Accutane, for antibiotics, for acne. They're writing Retin-A prescriptions, really strong Retin-A for wrinkles. They're writing all types of medicine prescriptions. Because these medicines sensitize the skin, there's a lot of things that you can't use and do while you're on the medications. So instead of doing the research of ingredients and finding out what works with the medication you're on, what complements it, things like that, they recommend Cetaphil because it literally has nothing in it. There is nothing beneficial that is in this product. So if you put it on your face when you're on Retin-A or Accutane, of course it's going to not irritate your skin or do anything because it's not doing anything at all. There's no active ingredients. There's no soothing ingredients. There's nothing hydrating in here. There's nothing like anti-inflammatory in here. It is literally a bottle of nothing. So that is why dermatologists recommend it. I am not here to down on dermatologists, but all I'm saying is that if you say the dermatologist recommended this, that is why, because there is nothing in it. So that's just basically it. They're not really recommending it because it works with your skin. They're just doing it because it's not going to counteract the medication you're on. So here is my other issue with Cetaphil. So when you think gentle skin cleanser, as an esthetician, we're trained not to read the front of the bottles, but to read the back with the ingredients on it. So let's talk about gentle, sensitive skin ingredients. There's a lot of them. You could have aloe, chamomile, lavender, vitamin E. There's a lot of them. Things that are just going to soothe the skin. They're non-irritating. They're hydrating, things like that. And Cetaphil has absolutely none of them. So we're going to take a look on the back of the ingredient list. So the first ingredient is water, which is fair. Water is the first ingredient in almost everything. Cetyl alcohol, propylene glycol, and sodium lauryl sulfate. We're going to start there. So sodium lauryl sulfate is what gives products like a foaming consistency, like a texture. So that's not an active ingredient. So that's just to make the product foam in your hand when you wash your face with it. Cetyl alcohol is just used to make ingredients not go bad. It's not the worst alcohol for you. There are good and bad alcohols in skincare. Cetyl alcohol isn't necessarily bad, but if it's the second ingredient in the product, what is it preserving if there's nothing before that that needs preservatives? So you have that. You have propylene glycol, which propylene glycol unfortunately is in a lot of skincare, but it is a very common irritant. A lot of people are allergic to it, and a lot of people notice less irritation in their skin when they cut it out of their routine. So good old propylene glycol, and then you have stearyl alcohol, which again is a preservative alcohol. It's a conditioning agent to the skin, so the idea is that it just coats the skin, but again, it's technically a preservative. It's not the worst alcohol that you could find in a product, but it's not actually doing anything because it's an inactive ingredient and there are no active ingredients. So you have stearyl alcohol, and then you have 3 different kinds of parabens. So the thing about parabens is that there's a lot of mixed reviews on them. Obviously, having a product that has no parabens in it is a selling point because they're just preservatives. There's a lot of talks about how parabens will mimic estrogen in a body. So if a woman overuses parabens, it can cause issues with her reproductive organs. It can cause mental issues. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that this is necessarily true or that it's false. You can do your own research on your own about it. But parabens are not something that we want to have a lot of in our skincare routine. If you can move away from them, it's absolutely best to. So those are the 8 ingredients in Cetaphil. So like I said, it's a skin cleanser, but it's just a bottle of ingredients. It's preservatives, parabens, and propylene glycol, and it's also got that sodium lauryl sulfate in it. And the thing about sulfates is they strip the skin, so they're like a detergent ingredient. So the idea with a sulfate is that it strips the skin, like cleanses it. But of course we know now that a lot of brands are moving away from sulfates because they're taking too much off of the skin. They're taking the good oil and the bad oil. So they're basically leaving you with nothing. So it's just very stripping to the skin. That's why a lot of hair products are actually moving away from sulfates. And I'm sure if you go to your hairdresser and you recommend, or they recommend something to you, it'll probably be a shampoo or conditioner that's sulfate free. So that's basically all that's in here. I wish I had more to talk about, to be honest. And I hear it all the time about people that say like, oh, well, I have sensitive skin and this doesn't irritate me. It doesn't irritate you because it's not doing anything for you at all. It's a bottle of water and parabens and filler ingredients to make it smell the way it does, feel the way it does, to make it foam, to make it clean the skin, like strip the skin. I actually don't want to say the word clean because sulfates just strip. They're not cleansing agents. But I mean, obviously certain things are more expensive than others, but to buy bottles of Cetaphil that are anywhere between, say, $7 to $11 a bottle, you could be putting that towards something that's so much better and something that's so much more effective. So when you're using it, you're basically just washing your skin with glorified water with parabens in it. So it's not only not worth your money, but it's not worth putting on your skin. If you have sensitive skin, if you're irritated by a lot of ingredients, there's a lot of different things on the market that you can use that aren't as nothing as Cetaphil. And I also have heard from multiple different articles, don't quote me because I'm not 100% sure, but I have read before that Cetaphil is extremely not pH balanced, that it's very alkaline. So you don't want to be doing anything on your skin that's extremely alkaline because you're just going to throw off the pH balance of your face. So again, don't quote me on that because to be honest, I did not do a ton of research on that kind of point of the argument before making this video because I just wanted to talk about the ingredients. So that is one thing that I've heard from other estheticians and from articles that I have read. But I just feel like when people tell me that they're looking for a good cleanser or that they have a hard time finding cleansers, most people say that they use Cetaphil. And it's not doing anything for your skin. It's not helping. Like I said, even if you're sensitive skin, you need those ingredients to help calm and soothe, prevent redness, prevent dryness, because especially if you're the sensitive dry skin type, that means your barrier is compromised so that water leaves your skin easier. So you need products that are going to help keep that moisture in and put it back into the skin. And with this, you're just stripping your skin and leaving it kind of bare and exposed so that if you use Cetaphil, but then you're using a great moisturizer, that moisture from the moisturizer is going to leave your skin because your barrier is so compromised. So you're kind of screwing yourself over if you're using this with good products because it's messing up your skin and the way your skin reacts to products and the way your skin handles products. So that's always something to keep in mind when you make the decision to buy this. So again, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen on the market. It doesn't have some ingredients in it that are considered worse, that are more popular, but I just feel like Cetaphil as a brand, honestly, Cetaphil is that friend that's not doing anything for you, that says they're going to do all of these things and then just doesn't do anything. And Cetaphil definitely has people kind of under their thumb when it comes to, there's so many commercials and so many advertisements, and they play on the fact that dermatologists recommend them so much. And I know they do recommend them because I've had clients before that are on medications that use Cetaphil for that reason. But let your dermatologist stick to recommending medications for your skin and let an esthetician stick to recommending products. That's as simple as I can put it, because they're going to recommend something extremely safe. And not safe as in it's not going to harm you in any way, but safe as in, well, as long as it doesn't counteract with this medication, this is what you should use. But it's not helping and it's hurting because you're putting this glorified sludge on your face and taking a prescription medication to treat something when your product should be complementing that and helping it even more. So that is just my opinion as an esthetician on Cetaphil. If you use it, I'm not going to make recommendations for alternatives in this video just because everybody's skin is different, so you could be using it for different reasons. But if you message me and you want to talk about it and talk about your skin type and what you should be using in the place of this, I'd be happy to help. And that is basically it. That is the truth about Cetaphil. As always, leave any comments down below. Message me if you have any questions, and be safe with your skin. Take care of yourself and invest in some good products. And thank you for watching this video.